I'm going to read a review that I wrote of a little short film called Borrowed Blonde. And I titled the review, Borrowed Blonde is 17 minutes of comic brouhaha. This short film packs a punch. I watched it because I'm a fan of Peggy Maley, who was usually a supporting player or even just a bit player, but has a big role in Borrowed Blonde. The short begins with a scene in Brewster Investments in which employee Leon Errol, played by actor Leon Errol, is trying to interest boss Mr. Brewster, Paul Maxey, in property to be developed. Mr. B gets a phone call from his wife, Vivian Oakland. The couple have a quarrel over, of all things, a disparaging comment the husband made about the wife's hat. "I didn't say I didn't like the hat," he remarks. "I said the feathers make you look like a pillow coming apart." This leads to a harsh quarrel and wife hanging up on husband. Mr. B's marital woes leave him with scant interest in the proposed development. "What does a man have to do to get along with his wife?" the boss wails. Errol claims he has a very good marriage, adding, "My wife is a little jealous, although I never give her cause to be." He suggests Mr. and Mrs. B pay a visit to Mr. and Mrs. E to learn what a good marriage looks like. Brewster agrees he and his wife will do just that. Then Mr. E is walking down a hallway and the slapstick begins as he, literally, falls over his pretty blonde neighbor, Mrs. Adams, played by Peggy Maley. This leads to Mrs. A trying on a coat Mr. E purchased for his wife. The zipper gets stuck, then Errol's tie gets stuck, and then, well, it goes on to varied slapstick situations. When the Brewsters arrive to see what a wonderful marriage looks like, Mrs. Adams is pretending to be Mrs. Errol. As the situation gets ever more complicated, and anxious and befuddled, Leon Errol must try to keep his true wife from seeing the fake wife and try to keep both women away from the Brewsters. Everyone gets into multiple scrapes by the time the brief film is over. It's a lot of laughs, vaudeville-style short, with no artistic pretensions, and is an entertaining way to spend 17 minutes.